Yeah. I didn't look at it that way.
Is East Side Dave really off Ron and Fez?
Oh my God!
That's what I'm hearing. I guess we got to listen to Ron and Fez to see what's true and what's not.
And not as a goof. Not
as a goof.
Oh,
No,
I gotta
no.
listen. I gotta listen because
according to Sam, who's in studio, who does a fine radio show with East Side Dave on Saturday night, special delivery.
Yeah.
You guys talked about it this Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, Dave is not on Ron and Fez anymore.
He wanted a raise. They did not give him what he wanted.
Right.
So what did he say?
what he needed.
Wait,
actually.
they do realize
Yes.
he commutes an hour and a half each way, and he has a sick kid at home, and he wasn't even asking for that much money.
Right.
Even the money he asked for, they do realize down the hall that he would still be underpaid, right? That has to be said.
Yeah, it wasn't like he was asking for
Anything outrageous.
an outrageous amount of money for what he does. You know, he's one of the people. He's one of the cast on the show. He went way beyond his original role of like some support behind the scenes producer thing to on the air personality. He's very good on the air, and to not see that and pay him his due is just ludicrous.
This is why it's. I got it.
What?
I just fucking. I'm trying to be cool. I'll say this much: the point Anthony made, because I'm going to say stupid shit, and it's going to be a problem for me.
Saying Dave deserves money is fair,
but I'll go with Anthony's point. They hired him to be pretty much a low-level producer, right? At first,
An associate producer.
and he did way more than that for how many years?
4 years.
He did way more than that from the day they hired him. So on that fact alone, they should just go, you know what? We owe you. Right. Here's your raise. That's still not an amazing raise. He would still be underpaid. It's just good business. It's you should take care of the people that work for your company. The guy did way more than he was asked. Way more.
You know what it is? Here's what it is with the way this company works, I believe, based on what I've seen. They have a slide rule mentality when it comes to paying people and job descriptions and all that other bullshit that you can't have in a talent-based world. You can have it down the hall for the
muckety mucks.
Yes,
the
muckety
nobodies.
mucks.
The nobodies.
No, the supervisors and these guys, the guys that take care of the business end.
Anyone could do my job, guys.
All right.
See, that's why I
guys.
got to shut my fucking mouth.
But with talent-based, when you're dealing with talent-based stuff, you hire Dave originally for what he was doing. You pay him a certain amount of money. He then transcends that, becomes something else. You don't then just tell him we can't give you money because your original job description is this, and we pay you on this level based on what we pay everyone, this, that. You can't deal with that. You have to leave it a little abstract and have a gray area that you can then go, this guy has become a very good on-air talent. Pay the motherfucker.
How about this? They had no problem watching him as he was underpaid for 4 years.
Yeah.
Overperforming, way overperforming what they hired him for.
Yeah.
They had no problem watching that, right? As the guy's taking a fucking bus an hour and a half each way to get here.
Crazy
And I talked to Dave over the weekend. I can say this much. It came down to this, and I'm sure it's Ronnie's show, and he'll discuss it in more detail. It came down to this. Dave couldn't afford to come to New York City anymore to do the radio show. That's how underpaid the guy was.
Nope.
That's why he had to finally leave.
He's probably getting fucked a double tax because of New York, New Jersey.
He couldn't afford it anymore. That's the reason why he will not be, if I'm hearing it right, on the Ron and Fez show anymore.
Yeah.
That's just insane.
Fez had a hard time. Dave was able to step in. Fez is going through his thing. So, this way you don't have to shut the whole show down. You got Dave there, so this way Fez can still be on the show and kind of, and get comfortable again or whatever it takes to get comfortable again. Mm-hmm. I think Dave is very helpful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dave is bummed out, but he is happy that in the respect that at least the company acknowledged that they wanted to keep him in the fold. That they're putting him on.
They offered him a joke raise. It has to be said.
A small raise.
A joke raise.
And when he said he couldn't do it, they told him
it was a joke raise. That was an insult. But I'm sorry, Sam.
No, I'm
sorry. But even with that money, he still can't afford to come to New York to do the show. That's what it came down to, not to buy a mansion. So he couldn't even afford to get here anymore.
Yeah.
So they said they're moving him to now he's going to become a part-time employee because they said they want him to keep coming in on Saturdays if he can't come in.
So at least,
during the week.
which is smart. At least he keeps doing radio because the guy is a really talented fucking guy.
Yes.
He really is. And somebody that recognizes talent will see that in Dave, and Dave will do well eventually. But unfortunately, these guys aren't willing to recognize that, which is just blows my mind.
They better recognize.
Blows my fucking mind.
Yeah, they're probably like thinking of, hey, this is great. We saved some money.
No,
you know,
their logic is
and then
just sucks.
Those
really
who
doesn't
fail
make
to
sense.
recognize will someday have to reckon.
Their logic is ridiculous.
Ooh.
Ridiculous. Because they have some kind of weird rules in place. Really?
Inspirations are shit.
4 years they watched him overperform. 4 years. Yeah. When they should have done the right thing somewhere in that 4 years and go, you know what? I know we hired you for this, but you're obviously doing a lot more. We want to acknowledge that.
That's how old school radio was.
Yeah, I know. I know it's changed.
People look.
I know it's changed, and I'm stupid to think that people are going to do the right thing. I got to start realizing
They used to look and say, wow, that guy's an asset to the company. Ought to toss him a few bucks so we can keep him on board here so he doesn't go running off somewhere else across the street. And it's just not run like that anymore. They just see it as they got the bean counters, as they call them, the bean counters. And then they go, well, you know something? Now we just have more money for the budget for fucking paper clips.
And there's also less places to run across the street
Right.
to now.
Yeah.
So they know that
it's
they
across
can
the hall in here. You
Right.
can't run across the hall.
They see your love of the gig as a weakness and a point to negotiate against you with.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Was that a Jimspiration?
No,
Almost.
Oh,
But it was good.
They see your love of what you do as your weakness.
How about this? If my love is a weakness, then I don't need no strength.
Yuck. I hate your Jimspirations. Yeah, groovy. Yeah. By the way, Travis, Lost is done. Just get rid of the fucking Dharma Initiative shirts already.
Exactly.
Could you just get
Maybe
rid of
Anthony
it?
could take that shirt off with his
You
50 cal.
You want a Laverne and Shirley shirt?
Look, I have 2 shirts left before I need to do laundry. It's this, or it's the Gay Tony Rockstar shirt.
I would never wear that one, by the way.
That's why
that
I'm
one's in
wearing
my
this.
closet folded up, and it's like the Gay
you
Tony
can't- you
fucking
can't wear
Rockstar
that.
one. I'm like, I don't think I'm
What was,
wearing that one.
what was Rockstar thing?
I don't think I'm going to wear that one.
Let's get the fuck out of here. So,
Let's get the fuck out of here.
So obviously that's what we know. Hopefully Ron will know more. I don't know. I think that's pretty much the thing. But it'll be a very interesting Ron and Fez show today. That's for sure.
yeah.
That's for sure. So stay tuned for Ron and Fez.
Stay tuned.